All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're live tonight here at Talladega Super Speedway. That's right, the high banks here of the Super Speedway. And we're about to grid these guys up and go racing for the first race of the chase here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity Series. And man, what a race we got on hand here tonight at the Super Speedway. As always, Joe White up here in the booth. I'm accompanied by Dave Everly. Dave, how you doing tonight?
Doing dang good out there, Joe. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing awesome, and I tell you right now, it is going to look like it's going to be a very, very good race here as these boys been gridded up here. So let's get up here on our grid order, because on pole, look at that, Marty Ray putting it out front. Alan J. Elwood starting in second. Jake Nichols sitting there in third. Tom Whitmore in fourth. Mason Weitzel sitting fifth. We got Ken Ladd sitting in sixth. Nick Hunt there in seventh. Chris Gaboo in eighth. Mike Franklin starting in the ninth spot. In the 10th place there, James Thorndike. When we look through the rest of this field, I say it week in and week out. Star-studded, skill-based, and it's a who's who here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've got... just like you said, you got Mike Rominger back there, you got Vern Bradley, you got Davis Richards, Cameron Hearn, Tyler Sifford, and I'll tell you what, like you said, this is a crapshoot first race of the chase.
Yeah, and we call it the crapshoot, a wild card style race here, because man, anything can happen. These boys, men here at Extreme, definitely are in for something else here tonight, because it's one of these races where, well, you got to be on your toes. I kind of like this place a little bit myself. It's kind of neat, but then again, it's nerve-wracking. It's exciting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I've already had two races here this week. The K&N and then the trucks were here, so ready for another exciting race if it's anything like those two races. Well,
you spoke of that right there. You talked about it, the truck race last night. Didn't get a chance to see it. How did it go here at Talladega? Did you learn anything, see anything unusual or anything like that?
No, we saw the big one. We saw some trucks rocking and rolling and flipping and spinning, but it was a good race, as we saw three cars, total of 5 cars coming to the line, 3 of them on the lead lap, 2 were lap cars. Saw a big wreck coming to the line, so I mean, that's just the way Talladega rolls.
Yeah, Talladega Super Speedway. You're right, man. It's a high bank, 2.66 miles here tonight. These guys, man, are definitely going to put on a show for us here. Want to welcome everybody out there tuning in here live tonight here for Talladega. It should be spectacular. That's a word I'm gonna use, a big word there. Everybody hang on to your hat. I used a big word.
That took the dictionary, didn't it, Joe?
It did. I had to break that thing out.
Dust the old cobwebs off.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Well, I know one thing that we're going to see here tonight, and that's these guys being glued together. I know the trucks are glued together, but along with the Xfinity cars, they can stay side by side for a while. Now, it's not like the Gen 6 Cup car, but they can get single file pretty good here. These guys here unless we get into some a long green flag run, it's going to be very, very different here. So we'll just have to wait and see. And pace cars pulling them around here. Let's see what happens here. The first race of the chase here, Talladega Super Speedway. You're getting kind of pumped up, man. The pace car's coming out of turn 4, and it's going to lead these boys here of ExtremeMotorsports99.com off into the green flag here tonight, as they'll slowly make that march towards the front. As I again want to welcome everybody out there, as we're see, we got several of them out there right now chatting up a cool breeze. Got a couple of them putting in their picks. Pace cars in. Here we go. And I tell you what, they'll do that slow march to the front. Don't want to get too much of a jump out front here, though. Could be disastrous. Green flag's about to fly here at Talladega. As again, slow march to the front. There it is. Green flag in the air. We're starting off the chase here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. As right now, that 65 Marty Ray's looking to punch a win here, as he'll still go door to door there with Alan J.L. Woodsy off into turn 1. They're still stacked up 2 by 2.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing of it is, though, we got a lot of guys in the back. We got Tyler Sifford, he's running 27th. Cameron Hearn, 26th. Ethan Kurtz, 25th. You know, it won't be long before those guys make their way up front.
Absolutely. You know what we talk about time and time again, qualifying at this style track. Really is not the most important, but it definitely is important. Now, chase contenders here tonight. I had the chase list up. Don't know if you've got it up there, Dave, or not. I can find it either way. But
I got it up.
Okay, good deal. Well, we do know Jake Nichols is in there. I believe Alan J.L. Wood's one of them. Mason Weitzel's there. So it's going to be interesting. This here, we call this the wild card race. And the reason we call this the wild card race is because it is a wild card. Anybody can pull this thing off. And I've been criticized before, so to speak, of the fact that I say it's a no skill style race, because there's a lot of luck involved here.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing you gotta consider as far as luck, staying out of the wrecks. I mean, these cars doing well over 190, almost 200 mile an hour. You know, the last thing anybody can get involved in a wreck and, pretty much going to end your race for the night.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tom Whitmore sitting right there battling on the high side. You got 4 cars up high and about 5 or 6 sitting down low. And again, I was very thankful that they would bring me up in the booth with y'all this past Monday here for the K&N series at Talladega. What an awesome race there to call with Sean, man, there at Dre Broadcast Network. As everybody, know Dave actually owns Dre Broadcast Network, and he's been helping out here every Wednesday night for this season. It's been awesome, man, so far. And what we saw in that Talladega race was awesome. As you can see right now, they're already swapping, man, that lead back and forth. There's 4 cars high and about a slew of them sitting down low.
Yeah, most definitely. But going over the rest of the drivers, here's the complete list of the drivers in the chase, top 12. You've got Jake Nichols with 4 wins this season, Mason Weitzel with 2 wins. You got Bryce Sinisak, Tom Wetmore, Cameron Hearn, Alan Elwood, each with 1 win. In on points is Scott Mitten, Mike Rominger, Hunter McDaniel, Nick Hunt, James Thorndike, and Tyler Sifford.
Nice. That is a who's who here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Definitely, man, it's awesome to see these guys as they storm around this high bank here, man, of a 2.66 mile. Looks like we got 2 little packs forming up right now. You got to go back all the way back until about the 20th position. Now, actually, before you sit back there and get into another pack, because the top 12 right now are all right there within, I'm going to say the top 13 are within a 8/10 of each other. And then there's just a little small pack behind them, but it's just still, everybody here is almost like on top of each other.
Yeah, I mean, the thing of it is you got that little 3-car pack with Richie Evans, Mike Rominger, David Richards. And then right behind them, you've got Dwayne Culberson, Ethan Kurtz, and Tyler Sifford. These cars start hooking up single file. I mean, they'll catch that front pack in a hurry. I don't think they're really in that big of a hurry to do it. They're just kind of hanging out back there, letting anything happen up in front of them, just to give them a chance to be able to squeeze through without any damage.
Hey, absolutely. I'm gonna tell you what, right here though, you know, we've got 29 of some of the bad fast boys here, and I always say bad fast drivers and some bad fast cars about to do some bad fast things around an awesome super speedway here at Talladega, and 29 of these guys are only separated by about 2.9 seconds. That means they are all right there in a bunch. I mean, that's the whole field is right there, like you just said, on top of one another. As up front, they're still battling it out. As this is the first race in the chase, whoever comes, now we've seen this in the past here, Dave. Whoever comes out of this one, maybe winning, if it's one of the chase drivers, definitely has a huge, I'm gonna say a huge advantage, because after this, they can almost just be consistent throughout the chase. And when I say that, I talk about Mr. Consistency himself, Bobby Cheney of SRA, who did this. He won the Talladega race in the Cup, and then just blatantly throughout the rest of the series was consistent by finishing second. No worse than top 5 as what he finished the rest of the chase in. So he put a hurt lock on the rest of the field.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the thing of it is if you can win the first race, then basically all the other drivers are chasing you. The only thing you have to worry about, stay out of trouble, keep the car on the track, and keep running, preferably in the top 5, top 3, and then it's going to make it real difficult for all those guys that are already at a deficit chasing you. I mean, they're going to have to work that extra harder to try to get up past you and take that points championship away.
Absolutely. Well, Marty Ray, pole sitter, still up front. Got Alan J. Elwood storming to the outside. Jake Nichols is hooked to his back deck lid. Ken Ladd up there. Don't count him. Whitmore, Mason Weitzel. You got some heavy hitter names up there right now duking it out here. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely.
Sorry about that. That little flash. It did that last night on iRacing. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It did that last night on iRacing. It kind of just like flickered and then came back on.
Yeah, my computer does that every so often. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like everything, like it flickers off, blink, and then just comes right back. Did last night one time, just real quick. I don't know. Maybe would it, but you know what? I will take it back. This time last year when they had those 24-hour races and all that, there's a lot of issues on iRacing. So maybe it's just that time again. Season time, I reckon.
Well, I mean, the 24 hours is coming up soon.
It is, absolutely. Got Daytona 24 hour coming up here at iRacing. And I'll tell you, that's going to be awesome there. So those guys, man, road course, if you like that kind of thing, and I kind of enjoy it myself. But those guys will put on a good show. Right now, these guys are putting on a tremendous show as Marty Ray's holding off the charge of the outside lane right there of Alan J. Elwood. He's being pushed, though, by the 11 of Ken Ladd, who has help by Batman up there. And the Ford machine there, the 99, traded it in. Well, you know, Mason, he joked with me a little bit. He said he's running the Batman car because he said Batman actually was supposedly killed Superman. Well, I got to correct you on one thing there, Mason. If you watch the movie, technically Batman didn't kill him. I don't want to spoil it if anybody's never seen it, but technically speaking, no.
But I think in the comic books, I do believe he did, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Never read the comic book part. I don't know. He brought him back, though, if you've ever seen the other stuff. Either way, hey, everybody likes comic book superheroes, and it's good, man, to see these guys out here displaying what they got. Right now, we were talking about it here in the race, how these cars draft. Right now, what you're seeing, as you see 3 wide in the back there, Davis Richards trying to bring it to the front. But you're seeing these guys hooked up side by side right now, 2 by 2, coming out of turn 4 to complete this lap 10 to be lap number 11 of 85 here tonight. These guys will stay hooked like this for most of the race, granted, until maybe some green flag start to happen.
That or the yellow. Well, even the yellow. But, I mean, look, right now we've got top 24 out of 29 cars. Literally 1.8 second difference between the leader and 24th position. Man. That's 24 cars in less than a 2-second span.
Wow. You know, who knows, man? That is just awesome to see right there. As again, we're watching these guys, man, storm around here, Talladega Super Speedway, the high banks here. and it's nice looking up front though. Boy, those guys are inches upon inches. If you're not white-knuckled or your nerves aren't shot after this one, if you don't need to take a rest after this race as a driver, man, you got some nerves of steel is all I got to say, because this one here will test your nerves as they go 3 wide. Look at that. Man up top right there is going to try to bring it. He's got Davis Richards pulling him. That's the 5 machine of Chris Gaboo. 3 wide up there as they come out of the turn. I don't know if it's going to work too well, but they're kind of breaking up that outside lane. There's the number 6 of Tom Whitmore. And showing Tom in a black car, so his paint's not showing up. At that Xfinity glitch. What it looks like. I always know when a black car happens in the Xfinity cars, it's that iRacing glitch stuff.
Yeah, I'm showing him in a, can't read the thing on there, but it's got the Dre Broadcasting logo on there.
Oh,
but
yeah, that's his old paint. He said he changed it up, but I don't know. So if he changed it to something different, then it's probably saved different. You know how that black thing happens on the Xfinity when it's a glitch that they still. You know, it's funny. They still got that thing, and it's been like that for a year now.
I tell you what, I'm watching the 5 of Chris Gaboo. He's got a little bit of connection issues going on. He's kind of blinking. That may have been what caused him and Davis Richards there to kind of fall out, because he's kind of blinking a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, look at that. Man, a man in 9th place spot. Ethan Kurtz finished 2nd last night in the trucks, doing a fantastic job here. The 11 there, though, Ken Ladd gets hung outside. There's Jake Nichols is still holding on the charge, with Alan J. Elwood hooked to his back bumper on the outside there. You got Marty Ray, Mason Weitzel's in the mix. You still got about 5, 6, 7 cars up high and the same down low there, as these boys, men, are still just glued together side by side coming out of the back stretch here, down the back stretch here, with Jake holding on the charge. Marty Ray up high there, Alan J. Elwood in 2nd, Tom Whitmore in the mix. You got the number 1, Dwayne Culberson. Look at that, he's coming up in there. So again, and hey, can't count out that 00 there, Dave. That's old Nick Cup with a white hair flying in the wind.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, I'm extremely proud there of the 65 of Marty Ray. Watched him come up through the K&N in the Truck Series. See him out here, you know, battling. As actually Alan Elwood jumps up in front of him, he's going to get pushed. Is he going to leave him hanging and jump down in front of Jake Nichols, or is he going to stay up there with Marty Ray? But I mean, just a couple of these drivers. You got Marty Ray. You've got Hunter McDaniel. You know. Watch these guys start off in the K&N series, get into the trucks. Now just to see them doing extremely well for some newcomers to the Xfinity series. I mean, that just shows that the beginner series, can't take it. You got to take it serious, because I mean, that's your opportunity to show what you got. You start moving up, you start doing well in the trucks. Then you got the Xfinity, and eventually you'll make it up to the top dog spot up there in the Gen 6 car.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Well said right there. And you're right. Old Marty Ray put it on pole here tonight. And currently right there in the 3rd spot. He's battling it out there up high. He's hooked up there with old, he's actually right there behind Alan J. Elwood. Tom Whitmore's down low. Nick Hunt bringing it to the front here also. Well, I'll tell you, look at that. Here comes Mike Franklin. That's another one. Keep your eye on there, who definitely can get some things done. This is Talladega. We call it. It's a wild card race here. It's anybody who's who. What's going on, Oliver? How you doing? How many laps can they go before the green flag? Well, if we base it off of, well, Dave, what do you think? I'm going to say about 25 laps, maybe.
I'm going to say 25, maybe 30 if they're not out front.
Okay. All right, there you go. I wasn't 100% sure there, Oliver. I know Dave did the truck last night. Maybe got an idea of what it was. Just going off my mind from the back, and sometimes it don't work all the time, but that's for another day and another subject. And I'm gonna say, like you said, 25. We'll say 25, 30.
Yeah, it's somewhere between 25 and 30.
Yeah, Oliver, the control R won't work on Tom Whitmore's. When it shows black like that, when it shows solid black on the Xfinity car, that means that it's a glitch, that it has to be saved in a 24. I'm not the technical painter, but it needs to be saved in a 24-bit instead of 32-bit. there's an actual forum out there that talks about this on iRacing and whatnot. And so there is no fix for his car being black, unfortunately. But we will definitely, we'll just go off what Dave said. He's out there, the Dre Broadcast Network machine, as we always know. I know he has another primary paint sponsor there. But either way, we're talking about Tom Whitmore. Hey, look who's leading the race right now as he's out front.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely, he got up onto that outside lane, but here comes Alan Elwood, though. I mean, you got to look. Another way you guys can tell who's in the chase, if you look at the cars like Alan Elwood, Tom Wetmore, Jake Nichols there, you'll see the red banner on the windshield. The chase drivers that are in the chase will have that red banner on that top of their windshield as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Oliver, I hate to tell you. You know what? I just noticed the red banner. You know, another thing I need to maybe try to get up with one of them. It really helps out the viewers out there to see even better in the chase. And I've seen it done in some other leagues. On the ticker, beside their name, they can put an asterisk. And anytime that they see that up there, a person with an asterisk beside their name, that means they're in the chase too. Might be something we want to talk to them about too. Might be real easy for our viewers out there to identify, because, you know, us here, you know, we've got our paperwork and everything. We know who's in the chase. But it's all about what the viewers out there want to see for the drivers. But you're right, the red banners, and right now up front, one of those being Alan J. Elwood, Jake Nichols in the mix right there, Tom Whitmore. So 3 of the chase contenders up front right now that we know of. Now, Tom Whitmore missed the chase here. I'm not showing him. Is he in the chase?
Yeah, he's in the race. He got in with a win.
Then you know what? Yeah, his paint's not showing up, so the red banner's not showing up. Again, that would help out with the asterisk thing. So while his paint's not showing up, it's not showing the red banner. So we've got Tom Whitmore, Jake Nichols, Alan J. Mason Weitzel up front there. All chase runners, along with the, you know, it looks like we've got another one there. Davis Richards off the pace. He's going towards the back. Maybe something he's thinking about trying to do there is maybe just fall back to the back. We've seen that strategy before here at Talladega.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was just getting a little too dicey. I mean, the thing is, I'll tell you from experience running here, yeah, you're too wide. You've got a wide open track, but I tell you, with this aero, you'll see these cars moving up and down. It's hard to keep them in a straight line, you know, with that aerodynamics in the draft. You know, another thing you got to look at is the guys pushing. You know, they're right up on that bumper. They got to keep an eye on their temperature gauge, because if they get too hot, they're going to have to dip their nose out into some fresh air to get it cooled down. So he might have been overheating, and the only way for him to cool down was to dip out. And then once you dip out of line, you're pretty much going to the back.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I definitely agree with you on that one right there. So, watching out front here, I call this the dash cam, y'all. It gives you a good perspective of what these guys see out the front windshield of their car right now, and the close quarters racing that Dave was just talking about right there. I mean, it's definitely one for the ages here, and I love the nose cam too, up above on the top. Just shows these cars how dicey they are behind one another. As up front, you still got Alan J. Elwood leading this one. They're still side by side coming out of the turn, as you got Tom Whitmore right behind him. Up high though, Marty Ray's holding on to it. Jake Nichols there along with Mason Weitzel. And we're riding along with Dwayne Culberson along with Nick Kunt right beside him. They're still side by side coming down the back stretch into turn number 3 to complete this lap. 22 of 85 here. I'll be in the books shortly. As a very good race so far. These guys definitely, hey, they're constant professionals here. And what we're seeing right now is a lot of patience up front. Definitely forget about patience as we get closer to the end, though.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming on 23 laps completed, so we're still looking at about 62 laps left to go here. So, I mean, we still got a long way. We got green flag pit stops. These guys about 23 laps, so these guys will be pitting sometime within the next 2 to 7 laps.
All right, pit stop should be coming in, and the one thing you want to have is a dancing partner. You definitely want somebody to come in the pit road with you here on these actual tracks, because if you get left out behind, it definitely would be a long journey to try to get back to the front.
Well, you know, speaking about pit stops, another thing these guys got to worry about, a lot of people don't realize, if you look at these guys' speeds coming out of turn number 4 here, I mean, just watching their speed, they're hitting over 190 mile an hour. They got to get this car slowed down before the commitment cones down to 55 mile an hour. So they got to go from 190 to 55 mile an hour. Saw it last night in the truck series. Guys coming in way too hot, locked their brakes up, lost it, hit the wall, went into the grass. So that's another tricky thing. Yes, you have that long little stretch, but I mean, you still got to get that car slowed down. And then when you got a whole bunch of people behind you, you better hope that you don't slow down too fast and they ram right into the back end of you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, I'll tell you what, it definitely is good to see, man, right now. Got a lot of people, man, liking what they see. Is obviously, you know, Dave, we're here live, Talladega Super Speedway, here for Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series. Race number 1 of the chase. Hunter McDaniel right back there in the 15th. But, you know, we are live here, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook live here tonight. I want to give a, shout out to everyone who is out there, because looks like we're you know, Dave, always like looking, and I know you can't see it, but I've got my little thing up here. So we got a couple men on the Twitch side, and we're actually split even between the Facebook and the YouTube. So 23 and 23.
Yeah, I mean, well, gotta love Facebook. It's a good platform for something, right?
Absolutely. Well, you know, it gives everybody a different avenue. It kind of gives them a choice of what they want to view it as. You know, some people say it's easier. Hey, look, just do it because they love it. No, John Marine pops out up over there. He's normally over on the YouTube, but he's up on the Twitch side, and he says he's finally going to announce himself. How you doing? And as always, when he comes in, he says, "Hello, world."
Yeah, but taking a look here, I mean, we're at 26 laps. We might be off on our pit stops, because normally a group will break in. I mean, we've got pretty much a big group here. I don't think we have anybody a lap down. We have actually, I think
I don't see anybody a lap down yet, do we?
No, not yet. Got some in jeopardy because them leaders are coming up on them in a hurry. That's going to be Gordon Larson, Scott Mitten, Derek Robinson, Craig Lehman, and David Hizza. I mean, they got a little group, but they're in jeopardy of going a lap down because them leaders are coming in a hurry.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I see that back there is, I was just throwing out an estimate at 25, and I know you said around 30. So we're not at the 30 lap mark, so maybe that's when they're planning on. Hey, they may go even longer than that. I have no clue on this one, Dave. I mean, it's hard telling. One thing about it is that outside lane's going to have to get down low if they plan to come into the pits. That's another thing they're going to have to think about, because as of right now, they are still all tucked together side by side as they come out of the turn. Alan J. Elwood, he is leading this pack coming out of turn 4 with Marty Ray still up high. You got Tom Whitmore right there on his back deck lid, along with Mason Weitzel and Dwayne Culberson. Jake Nichols in the mix, along with Ethan Kurtz, Nick Hunt, Chris Gibou, and Mike Franklin rounding out the top 10. As you just said it there, Dave, they are still glued together like peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing is look, we got one dropping down there. We might be seeing some green flag pit stops, because unfortunately, if you're on that outside lane there, you're not going to be able to come down on pit road there when the lower lane goes, so you're going to have to stay out for another lap. Yeah. So you best hope you got somebody with you, because you go out on Talladega as a single car, it's not going to be pretty.
No, it's not. I've done it before, made that mistake, and you're like a rock in water, just falling to the bottom and sinking. And there's not a thing you can do it. Absolutely. Well, right now, so those top 4 drivers have got to be thinking about it. They're going to have to get down low, unless they're just going to try to say, okay, well, if the low guys go into the pits, we'll just kind of go in with them. The problem is that's going to be dangerous to do that.
Yeah, because if them lower guys don't move over and let them go, that's going to cause a big wreck. And as close as these guys are running, I mean, even coming down pit road, you'll watch them. When they break off, come down pit road, they're going to be as tight as they are now here, because it's like Joe said, you got to have a dancing partner. When they break off to come down pit road, it's like a couple dancing there. As we see the 99, he drops down. So I'm thinking pit stops are going to be coming within the next couple of laps, because he was running up top there, but he dropped down in front of Jake Nichols. Looks like Marty Ray and all of them are trying to get down, so I think we might be it. But like I was saying, it's like a little dancing move. You're doing the tango coming down pit road. Everybody's moving around. You know, one wrong move and somebody's going to trip and fall. Same thing it's going to happen here when they come down pit road.
Well, you know what we're seeing right now, looks like that top lane's breaking up just a little bit and everybody's going down a low. And it also looks like some of them guys, yeah, there we go. They're trying to get down low so they understand pit stops are about to happen here as those top guys, man, fanned out. You seeing what's happening there, Dave? Well, they got that mess figured out real quickly.
Yeah, but one thing I don't understand, Jake Nichols jumped up.
Oh, well, he did. I don't know why.
Well, looks like the bottom lane there, Alan Elwood, Tom Wetmore, Mason Wetzel, Marty Ray, Chris Gibew, John Houston, James Thorndike, Ken Ladd, Hunter McDaniel, Vern Bradley, Richie Evans, Bryce Sinisek, all down on pit road.
Wow, pit road, a very busy place. So it looks like we're going to have two different kind of pit strategies, so to speak, here. A lot of the front runners came into the pit. Some of them opted to stay out, like you said, and do another lap. And it's amazing when I start seeing pit strategy. But again, the amount of cars that came down here, everybody should have, like we were talking about, have somebody to work with coming back out of here.
Well, I mean, the thing too is I hope they got radio comms, because you don't want to be the only one coming down pit road taking 4 tires while everybody else takes 2, because that's really going to sink you. It's like putting on cement shoes and jumping in the lake for a swim.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. That's a good observation on that. I like that. You know, you definitely want to keep in communication. If the guy in front of you does 2, and you actually sit in there, man, and do 4, well, then that don't really help you out too much. Let's look at some of the pits times here, though. It looks like a lot of these guys, though, that came down took 4 tires just by going off their pit times of 16 to 15 seconds. We usually, a good indication, unless they just messed up in pit road, that usually means a 4-tire stop.
Yeah, most definitely. But Jake Nichols, he is going to be the first off pit road, but he is getting passed by some cars that had come off pit road here. He's still got the lead right now. We're waiting on, well, here comes Alan Elwood. Him and the 6 of Tom Wetmore, bumper to bumper, as they are working their way around Nick Hunt now. So they're going to be catching Jake Nichols. The thing is are they going to go around him, or are they going to pick him up and help get up to speed?
And you know what? Jake has made his pit stop already. So that's another thing we have to think about. Has he made his pit stop?
Yeah, he just came off pit road.
Ah, okay. Well, they just passed him. Alan J. Elwood did there with Tom Whitmore, so Jake's right there. He's not quite, well, I'd say he's probably have lost their draft, but he's probably going to catch that draft in the next pack coming up here. Now, again, this is what this does here, Dave, is green flag stops, obviously, you know, block everything up. Now, it looks like Jake's going to catch that lap car there. Is that a lap car in between them? Yeah. They're going to catch him. They're going to be able to help him a little bit, maybe pull up there, because the 2 cars out front of Tom Whitmore and Alan J. Elwood, they right now, what they have to worry about is this pack of machines back here of Nick Hunt, Mike Franklin, Tyler Sifford, Marty Ray, and Mason Weitzel. If they all get formed up in a line, they're going to run down those leaders in a very fast hurry.
But yeah, I mean, that's going to affect Jake Nichols too, because they're going to go around him like he's sitting still. I mean, the more cars you are, the faster. So look at Jake Nichols. He is trying to get that lap car pushed up there to jump into that draft of those front 2, so they can get hooked up here and maybe do a little single file race here, as we are now looking at 52 laps to go.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. So it's going to be interesting to see, as right now, though, but look at that. That lap car is definitely helping Jake as they ran the leader down. Now Jake's going to say, okay, well, I appreciate that. Thank you there, sir. As he drops down on the inside there and goes to 3rd place. But look behind him, Nick Hunt, Mike Franklin there, along with Tyler Sifford and Mason Weitzel. All those machines were able to pull it back up. So just like that, we were split up. And just like that, we're all grouped back up in a bunch again.
Well, I'll tell you what, take a look at that 99 of Tyler Sifford. said it at the beginning of the race, just because you started at the back of the field, we started off with 29 cars. Tyler Sippert started 28th. He's now running in 6th position.
No doubt. John, well, they just did a green flag stop, so the double foul that was at the beginning, they'll get back to that again. Don't get me wrong, as they're all catching back up here. As it looks like some of the cars that are looking like they're in danger going a lap down here. Davis Richards, a couple of them there, as this lead pack is coming up and coming through the front in a very, very hurry. If I can get it out, sorry about that. Alan J. Elwood along with Tom Whitmore, Jake Nichols there, Nick Hunt, Mike Franklin. And again, you know, Alan J. Elwood, that's a guy who momentum has been on his side the last several weeks. We've seen it, Dave, and we've talked about it. Man, he starts off the races maybe not the best, but boy, he finds something through these races and has just turned on the light switch and turned it up here and done a fantastic job the last several weeks.
Yeah, and well, I mean, another thing I want to talk about is the 6 of Tom Wetmore. I've seen it the last 2 seasons in the Truck Series. He had a pretty good, mediocre season in the Truck Series, got into the playoffs, and then just started winning. He was winning like 3 out of the 5 races. And we're under caution.
Caution's out.
That's going to be the 74 of Greg Bradshaw.
All right, let's see if we can find 74 here. Oh, yeah, and it's going to be the 1 of Dwayne Culberson right there involved, too. But let's go back on the replay here and check out, man, what exactly happened, transpired between all those cars there. As it looks like, oh, Ethan Kurtz just got into the 1 a little bit. The 6 is around, or the 5's around, excuse me, Chris Caboo. 74's around. Ow, it's just one of them things. We'll go back and look at it one more time. But the first caution of the night, and boy, I know these guys are probably thinking, man, why couldn't that just came out a couple laps earlier? And, you know, been all right. But let's go back here. Looks like just a drafting thing. Oh, yeah, the 1 of Dwayne Culberson and Ethan Kurtz was just drafting and just got hooked together. And the 74, Greg Bradshaw, nowhere to go in that miss. Just one of those things. We talk about it time and time again. The big one at Talladega. It's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen, and just how bad it's going to be when it does happen. You know, it's just one of those things that you have to think about here. But we got 49 to go here, Dave, of 85 tonight. And so far, these guys have put on a tremendous show. And again, we want to appreciate everybody coming out here because we are live here tonight. Talladega Super Speedway, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, Xfinity Series here. First race of the chase. And if you, like Dave pointed out, if you look at the drivers with the red banners and the red spoilers on their back, they are the chase contenders. So to kind of give you an idea to keep up with who they are, those are the ones that are in the chase here. 12 drivers out there as we're in the caution here tonight, which I would think would probably be a very, very good time. We could just step away, take a commercial break here, because like I said, we're here at the Super Speedway, Talladega. Folks, we'll be right back after this. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, here at Talladega Super Speedway and about to set to go back green flag racing. Chase race number 1 here, ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity Series here at Talladega. And it's been an awesome race so far. As out front, Alan J. Elwood, along with that man, Tom Whitmore. About to see what happened. Mason Weitzel there, Mike Franklin, Hunter McDaniel. You were talking about him a little bit earlier on there. One of the newcomers here. So we're getting set to go green flag. And Dave, you know what? Do what you don't get to do a lot of, man. You want to send them to the green for us.
I'll try my best, Joe, but I don't think I can do it as good as you.
Hey, man, you got this. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to hand the keys, man, to the green here over to Dave.
Ah, boy. Well, here they go. They're coming out of turn 4. They're getting lined up, bumper to bumper, ready to go green flag. Alan Elwood, he is choosing the outside. Tom Wetmore on the inside. As they now come out of turn 4, just waiting on that pace car to make that hard left. Pace car off of the race surface, waiting on the green flag. Unfortunately, long wait for the green flag here at Daytona. As they're coming through the dog leg. Alan Elwood hard on that throttle, gets off to a good jump. Tom Wetmore kind of sees it coming as they are side by side, but Alan Elwood, he has got a gap here. Tom Wetmore is going to jump in right behind him. That's going to leave the 99 all out there by himself.
It is, and I'll tell you what, there, Dave, good job on that start there. But these guys, that's a very dangerous move to do, jumping out that far, because one thing about it, if they would have got formed up just right, as you see them run down Alan J. Elwood, but look at Mason Weitzel on the outside, trying to pull up there to the front as Mike Franklin. Now, all those guys, well, except for Alan, he's not, but most of them teammates up there doing a fantastic job here. A lot of the chase drivers, and that's what we were talking about earlier on. Chase drivers, you come out of here with this very much of a good race, you need a very good finish here, because if not, this is going. I think this is probably going to be one of the tightest chase series races or championship runs that we've seen in a while here at Extreme.
I don't know, man. That last race there, as you said, with Blaney and Jake Nichols, though, I mean, it was only separated by a few points.
It was. Bobby Chaney, 1 point separating a couple seasons ago. Last season was only 10 points. And even in the Xfinity Series, it was only separated by a matter of about 8 to 10. So has been very close. I think it's going to come down again to the last races here. I don't think anybody's going to jump out. We got just too much talent here. As out front, Alan J. Elwood has just got a rocket ship. And if he pulls off the victory here tonight, that's going to put him in a very good spot. But look at Hunter McDaniel. Now, hey, we got to talk about this for just a second here, Dave. Hunter McDaniel coming up into the Xfinity Series, making the chase. He's got red on his car, so I'm going to say he made the chase. So, look where he's at. He's sitting in the 4th place spot right now.
Yeah, we've got 5 of the 12 chase drivers in the top 6, so, I mean, this is, and the other ones ain't too far behind them. That looks like that's going to be Tyler Sippard and let's see, Nick Hunt's there. He's in the chase, so, you know, you've got a couple of chase drivers right behind them as well.
I'm not showing him on a red at all.
Who's that?
Nick Hunt. He don't have a red banner.
He's in the chase. He finished 10th in points.
Okay. Well, he must not have updated his paint job then and put the red on it. So that's the only reason I didn't know if he was in there or not.
Yeah, Nick Hunt's in the chase because.
Okay.
Let's see. We got Nichols, Weitzel, Sinisak, Wetmore, Hearn, Elwood, Mitten, Rominger, Hunter McDaniel, Nick Hunt, James Thorndike, Tyler Sifford.
Okay, cool. Well, like you said, it's a who's who and a party up front here. What's going on, Donald, out there? How you doing? And I've got Ryman Noodles, his life, out there. I'll tell you what, you would love my little one, man. He'd love you, man. He loves Ryman Noodles. So there you go. Absolutely, looking good out front. Yeah, just important. I wish I could actually see the new paint job of Tom's. I mean, everybody's saying, man, he's got a new paint job, and I'll have to get up with him after the race just to make sure he gets up with his painter to make sure they get that thing fixed and whatnot. So definitely a very good one. As still got everybody out here joining, and you know, John Marine out there talked about it. He wanted a double file tandem style drafting. When you've got it, as they come out of turn number 2 up front, Alan J. Elwood leads this pack of wild monkeys out here. These guys, man, are pulling off nonstop here at Talladega, as the top side's got about 6 or 5 cars. Down low, they got about 5 cars here. As they come into turn 3, they're still side by side. Mason Weitzel's trying to bring the Cape of Batman to the front.
Well, I mean, look at this. Your top 15 is only separated by less than a second, actually.
Wow.
Actually, if you go all the way back, top 19, no, top 21's separated by less than 2 seconds.
Well, you know, that's why we call this a wild card race. Anybody can pull this thing off. And right now, 5 cars up high and about a slew of them down low, as they definitely, man, are skyrocketing around this place at Talladega. Out of turn 2 down the bad stretch, Alan J. Elwood leads them, along with Mason Weitzel up high, Hunter McDaniel down low. Tom Whitmore's in the mix, along with Jake Nichols sitting 5th. Mike Franklin right there in the 6th place spot, and Marty Ray 7th. Ken Ladd, he's been able to pull it back up to the front at 8th spot. Nick Hunt 9th. Ethan Kurtz rounds out the top 10. Well, I talked about John Houston sitting there in 11th outside the top 10. So it's still anybody's ball game, as they are locked together tight here up front.
I don't know what's going on, but the 64 Cody McFadden is sitting down on pit road.
Oh, Cody McFadden on pit road. Hate to see that on his end. You know, we've only got a couple cars that are out of the race tonight. Greg Bradshaw, Dwayne Culberson, Chris Gaboo, and Matt Hoover, just as the only ones who didn't make it and are out of the race here tonight so far. Hate to see that on their end. You know, definitely want to see all racers at least try to finish these races.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, though, you get bad enough damage, like we said, you get a big wreck up front, we're going to see a lot of crinkled and crimped up cars.
Cool deal. Well, good deal. Appreciate it, Don. Remember letting you know. I just didn't know about Nick. I just when he mentioned he was in the chase, I didn't see it out there, and that's why I didn't even think Nick Hunt was in the chase. But hey, good to know he's in there, and like you said, up front doing a fantastic job here, as he's currently right now just showing him in a 6th spot, but that changes from time to time. As Alan J. Elwood definitely out front. Tom Whitmore is glued to his back bumper right there. We know Nancy's up there. She is definitely running around the neighborhood hooping and hollering, because Tom Whitmore's sitting in 2nd. And we've said it time and time again. I even said it on Monday night, and it actually paid off, if I'm not mistaken. Where you really want to be at is probably 2nd, 3rd, or 4th here on this track.
Well, that just depends, though. I mean, the thing of it is if you're single file, yeah, you kind of want to be there. But if you've already got a line of cars up top, not really the place to be, because you're going to be boxed in.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going on, Brian? How you doing out there? Hooked up and going. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, and that's the thing. I mean, the guy out front, you know, he don't get any help. You're going to need help to go around him, and that's like Tom Whitmore sitting there. You know, like I said, we were talking about it, and actually we've seen it up front, which obviously the first 2 guys got into each other with a fantastic finish, a wild one for the ages there in the K&N. But as we see right now, you're going to need some help. That 57 Hunter McDaniels gets pushed outside there, and they go 3 wide. You're going to need help, though, to bring that thing. But also, Dave, you don't have to pass the car here to win. You just have to get the nose out in front of him crossing the line.
Well, I mean, some of the closest races you've ever seen. I mean, I've won here at Talladega less than 1/1000th of a second difference between me and 2nd place. I mean, you just need a splitter across that line to be able to take that win.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. It doesn't take long. It's just like in drag racing. You only need mere inches to actually get across there and make this thing finish. So definitely one that you got to keep in mind. You don't have to cross that line, and you don't have to, you know, have your whole car in front of the guy in front of you. So keep that in mind here, folks, when you see these guys, man, side by side, the outside and whatnot. You know, Tom might be sitting there in 2nd spot, but Mason Weitzel up high got Jake Nichols. And again, Jake is a constant professional. he understands he doesn't necessarily have to win this race, but come out of here with a good finish. Don't want to get caught up in anything. So if he had to, he'd push a guy to the front. I mean, obviously he wants to win. These guys definitely want to win. Hey, I always like, you like winning, Dave?
No, who wants to win?
Yeah, I like to lose all the time. Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, so do I, but I'm just used to it because those darn walls, they don't move when you're trying to get around them.
Man, no, they don't. And I tell you, it's one of those hard. What I'm amazed at right now, too, though, is the top 18 are only separated by it's 9/10. Not even a second separates the top 18. And you want to talk about, man, over a blanket. That is over a blanket.
Well, and you also got to remember, these cars are doing 190, 195 mile an hour, too. So you've got, like you said, the top 19 cars at 190 plus mile an hour, less than a second difference. 2 lanes, inches apart, bumper to bumper. Yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
Oh, I tell you what, it definitely tear up my anxiety, man. I get that way just watching these guys out here, and I'm up in the booth with you here, Dave. I tell you what, let's go high and wide to the Blimpy cam. That's right, Blimpy. Everybody likes Blimpy. Blimpy gives you a good perspective. And it's just a happy word to say, but it gives you a good perspective of the facility, man. An awesome place, and it also shows you just how far apart these guys are. Very good shot, high and wide, even though I don't like heights. But it's the Blimpy cam. I call it the Blimpy cam, but either way, man, it's just a happy word to say that. How could you not say Blimpy? And how could you be a Scrooge or a Grump and say Blimpy?
My computer does it sometimes.
Absolutely. I would love to see the meanest person in the world try to make Blimpy sound mean. I mean, I don't know. But hey, either way, you like Blimpy?
I like Blimpy. You like Blimpy?
I like Blimpy. Everybody likes Blimpy. They love it here, man, and we love giving that shot because it does give a good shot here. And I know, give a good shout out to Tim McBriar. He loves a Blimpy cam. He holds on tight though, so he don't fall out the Blimpy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody was talking in my ear. Didn't hear that, Joe.
Oh, I was just saying, Tim McBriar, give him a shout out. He loves the Blimpy cam. He hangs on tight so that he doesn't fall out the Blimpy though.
Yeah, there ain't no way I'm getting up in the Blimpy. I'll stay on the ground and watch the Blimpy. I'll watch it from the camera view, but you ain't getting my butt in that Blimpy.
No, me either. I've never been on a plane. Don't plan to be on one either. Lord meant for me to fly. He'd put wings on my back and said, "Take off, Joe." But you know what? The only time I've ever flew is when I've jumped off the porch. That's the only thing. That's neither here nor now. That's for another subject.
Yeah, most definitely. But look who's out front now here, the 73, Jake Nichols. Looks like these guys might be just kind of swapping up here, but 99 of Mason Wetzel, he's still up front there. He's got Hunter McDaniel, Marty Ray. Look, he's got some newcomers behind him. He got the 11 to Ken Ladd back here as well. So, got some names. I mean, the thing of it is, these guys got to realize, even the guys without the red banner, they would love to come away with a win too.
Oh,
they're not going to stop their racing just because they ain't in the chase.
You know, and I love that too. Don't like guys just moving out the way because guys are in the chase. Hey, look, we're out here to win races, and I ain't got time just because you're in the chase for me to sit and say, "Oh yeah, go ahead, no problem." No, tell you what, you got to come around me and show me that you want to be a champ and race this thing, and it's good to see you. Up front, though, Alan J. Elwood is putting that car up underneath Jake Nichols' back bumper and trying to stuff it in his trunk right there if he can. Mason Weitzel's up top. Well, I tell you what, Dave, man, let's do this. I haven't done it in a while, but let's bring out the speed cam. All right, we're back here, and I tell you what, right there, if that does not get your blood pumping, your hair jumping up and down your skin, and getting you running around the neighborhood yelling at your neighbors, telling them to be quiet, that there's racing going on here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, well, folks, the only thing I can tell you is you need more medication, or maybe just get a doctor's appointment tomorrow, because you really need to see him, a shrink or something, or a book. Hey, either way, you gotta love it. That is awesome action right there these guys are putting on as Jake Nichols is up front. And that gets me goosebumps, man, just watching this stuff, man, as these guys, man, are flying around this place. Definitely enjoying every moment that they got. And I see we got Sean. I call him Shula. He's out in the chat. That's old Dave's buddy, man, at Dre Broadcast Network there. John Marine, he's jumping back and forth. As I want to appreciate everybody tuning in here. And yes, folks, Dave did go get him some Pop-Tarts on our speed cam right there. So
I did
Dave,
not.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, see, we called him. He's eating.
Hold on. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't eating no Pop-Tarts.
Terrible joke. Terrible joke. Hey, well, you know, you got to have fun up here with this thing. And I tell you what, it's awesome. But that's just how I always come out of my speed cam thing, man. And you got to see a doctor. But hey, if you like what you see tonight, hit a like, hit a share, hit a sub. If it's your first time out there, you're on the YouTube side, you know, hit a sub to the channel. Definitely love to see more of it. We're here, man, every day in the week and whatnot. Got a lot of racing happening here in 2018. If you don't like what you see, well, good for you. No, I mean, hey, look, there's a thumbs down. There's a thumbs down button. Hey, you know what? Don't hurt my feelings. Appreciate y'all coming out too and taking the time to even mash the button. There you go. So either way, I want to thank everybody coming out here. We're at Talladega, though, super speedway in it here. Race 1 of the chase. I got Dave Everly up here in the booth with me, and it's definitely, man, been a very, very good one. Jake Nichols is out front, and I'm going to just go ahead and say it this way here, Dave. I got a feeling that is probably one man that they don't want to win this race tonight. Some of the other chase contenders.
Well, that could possibly change here in a few laps, Joe. Just looking. 26 laps on their tires. We are at 23 laps to go. That means green flag pit stops coming up within the next 4 laps.
Absolutely, you're right. I mean, it definitely it's still anybody's race. Doesn't matter who's out front. I mean, the guy in last place still got a shot to win this thing because they're all still locked up here. You know, we could talk about it to the moon set sail here. I hope the moon don't set sail, but either way, we could sit and talk about it to our heart's content. It's just one of them things that you definitely just got to think about. Like you just said, green flag pit stops will definitely play a factor here if that happens. Now, right now, they're being pretty patient, Dave. But as the laps wind down with 22 to go, as we got a car and a wall up there, it looks like one of the lap cars went up a little bit too high. But as the laps wind down, you know and I know, patience wears thin.
Oh, 10 laps to go? All deals are off. It's every man for themselves.
Absolutely. And then that's just where, man, it all goes away. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And right now, here's the one thing I got to say. Even though Jake Nichols is up front, and it looks like these guys are getting fanned out up there right now, and I think they're getting ready for their pit stops here shortly. But as Jake Nichols is up front, he's the lone man out front in that simspeedshop.com machine. He's got Alan J. Elwood, who is one of the, Alan J. Elwood, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't he hang out with Alliance Motorsports? Yes.
No, I think so.
Yeah, he's part of Alliance Motorsports. So you've got Jake Nichols as part of the SRA, Jake Nichols Alliance. And then you got, right behind them, you've got, as we see, actually, looks like some green flag stops happening now. We were about to say Mason White's or Tom Whitmore and them. They're part of SMD Motorsports, which I have no idea what that stands for. But you got Mike Franklin, Nick Hunt, Cody McFadden. They're all part of the Performance Motorsports.
Yeah, but the thing, like I said earlier, come 10, 5 laps to go, there ain't no teammates. It's every man for himself.
Oh yeah, you're right there. And pit stops are coming on here, and I tell you, well, look, Tom Whitmore coming in hot and heavy. He's got to get that thing batted down. He does. He comes in with Alan J. Elwood there to make that pit stop. We've seen Jake Nichols beforehand, so this will be the final time here that these guys actually make their pit stop, and they can go the rest of the way from here.
That doesn't mean if we don't get a yellow, they won't come down, but
Yeah.
if it stays green flag, we definitely don't got to come back in.
Yeah, well, that's true. I give you credit on that one. Definitely, if there is a yellow flag, they definitely could come down again there. No Shula out there bringing the checker flag home or the steering wheel home, and nothing in between. What about a couple lug nuts with it? How's that?
That's if we could find them on the racetrack after you're done smashing into the wall.
Absolutely, yeah, no doubt. Well, I definitely want to appreciate everybody tuning in, and we're getting up there. I always like to see in the Facebook Live side of things. Obviously, I enjoy everybody coming out. Just, you know me, Dave. I'm a numbers guy. I do this for the enjoyment of it. I do it because people love coming and watching, and I hope everybody else does that too. Just throw it out. So we got some people down on the Twitch side, and we got a slew of people on the Facebook side there watching. Ticked up to 51 right now, so making you famous, Dave, and several of them here on the YouTube side.
So, well, I mean, we pretty much got green flag pit stop except for Richie Evans and Mike Rumminger. They're at 31 laps on their tires. They're breaking off and making their way down on pit road.
Yeah, I was about to say, how long can they stay out there? Now, the one guy that's probably a sitting duck as of right now, that's Tom Whitmore. He's going to take the lead. The problem is Bryce Senesac, who is right behind him, has got help along with, is that Vern Bradley and James Thorndike. Now, here's the thing. Those guys up front, can they make it all the way?
Well, yeah, I mean, they've only got 3 laps on their tires.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing is, I mean, look at the group behind them. Here comes Mike Franklin. Yeah, it's going to be Mike Franklin, Jake Nichols, Hunter McDaniel, John Houston, Tyler Sifford. But here's the thing is, up front, you got Richie Evans and Bryce Senesac. Bryce Senesac is actually in the chase as well. Same with James Thorndike. So we haven't talked much of those two. They've kind of hanging towards the back here. But now they're up front, so now they're the hunted.
Yes, they are, and what you got to look at too, boy, Mike Franklin definitely's got a good dancing partner to 73 of Jake Nichols as Mike takes it to the front now. He'll take the lead along with Jake in the backside of him. Bryce Senesac up high, old car around. Caution flag, Mike Franklin, he spins. Boy, he took a helicopter ride right there.
Yeah, and that's going to take a couple of chase drivers involved in that. 59 of James Thorndike, the 6 of Tom Wetmore. Got a little bit of damage from that, so.
Yeah, let's go back on the replay here and watch what happened up front, because these guys were there. Mike Franklin, I don't know if it was drafting or what happened. Let me go back one more time, see if I can't get a different angle in this one. You know and I know.
Apron. Coming into the turn, he got down below that yellow line.
All right, well, we're riding along here with him.
I mean, it might have been a bump that got him down there, but he definitely got down below that yellow line.
Yeah, he got below. I mean, I don't want to speculate. Let the admins do what they need to do. Let's see if we can't go one more time around here and get a different angle just to see. You know, he was out front, but you're right. I don't even know if that was contact or what. I mean, they were so close. Man, I tell you what, I'm glad I'm not in the admin booth to call on that one, because we watch it again and again. I'm watching it from the far chase view here, and I really don't know. I mean, let's look at from Jake's view, because he was the one that had probably the best view from his his nose here. Go one more time back and see. That one's just really close. He was right there. This is probably going to give us our best angle. I don't know, we're watching it. Yeah, I don't think there was ever contact. And from the angle I see right there, the nose cam that I got, it never showed a bump on the back end of Mike. Don't know if he just, you know, just don't think, man, if he just actually took it right off the back end of it.
Yeah, I mean, it may have been, he may have just got a little loose there. And once you touch that apron here at Talladega, game over.
Yeah, it's a very, very close one on that one. Indeed, we'll just have to look and see what they come up with. But, you know, my first off there, multiple angles here of this one here. Caution, actually number 2 here tonight at Talladega. It's a very, very good race so far. So, like you said right there, not, I just feel like that.
We're definitely going to see it, but I tell you what, this is going to shake things up. Right now, we're at 15 laps to go. I think we'll have, what, about 13 laps to drop the green flag?
Yep, 13 laps, drop the green flag. And I'll tell you, another guy, keep your mind out right there in the 14 machine of Vern Bradley, who has done a fantastic job. He's come from 22nd up to 3rd right now. And he could pull this thing off. Hunter McDaniel's still in there. And obviously Jake's out front along with John Houston there sitting in 4th. Tom Whitmore in 5th. So interesting to see here. Like I say, with that incident there, I didn't see contact. But again, I'm not one of the admins, and that's why I wanted to show at least multiple views of what went on right there, just to kind of let everybody give an idea of what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what, good job there by the 88 of John Houston, starting 30th up to 4th, our biggest mover of the night. Good, he's in a good spot, right where you would probably want to be, because even you said in a position like his, you would want to be 2nd, 3rd, maybe 4th position. I usually would like to be probably about the 2nd or 3rd car on the outside lane, because if that outside lane gets a good push, that front guy is going to drop down. So you got another lap. That eventually when that front guy gets back around, he's going to drop down. It's just going to cycle like that. So you kind of want to time it just right, so that last lap you have a chance of just edging them out. So it looks like John Houston's going to be starting right about the right position.
And absolutely right, with 14 to go, and when they go back green, it's going to be probably about 12 to go here. It's for all the marbles. These guys are definitely going to start getting a little dicey. And again, we talked about it earlier on in the race. I want to see guys who, not just the chase guys, obviously we want to see them win, but we want to see other drivers get up there and try to win. So it's going to be anybody's ball game. Alright, well, I'll tell you, you know, me and Dave up here, we love the speculating, and we love talking about it here, because it definitely brings the drama and the excitement here, and Talladega definitely does that. And we're calling this the Talladega week here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, because, well, we're at Talladega. It's a 2.66 mile super speedway here, and these guys, well, last night was the first race of the chase for the trucks at Talladega. Tonight, the Xfinity Series. This is the first race of the chase here for these guys. Tomorrow night, well, the bad boys here of ExtremeMotorsports99.com. It's the first race of the chase for those guys in the Cup Series here at Talladega. So it will be very, very interesting We'll have to see what happens. And absolutely, Alan J. Holwood out there says, strap up tight, ready for the last 10. Enjoy the show. You're right, because the show it is about to be. Dave, are you ready, man, for 10 to go?
I don't know if my heart can take this 10 to go.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm about to go over and get my medication because I'm with you.
I mean, just look at the talent we got up here. We got Jake Nichols, Hunter McDaniel, we got Vern Bradley, John Houston, Tom Wetmore, Tyler Sifford, Alan Elwood, Cameron Hearn, Mason Wetzel, Marty Ray in your top 10. That doesn't include all the drivers outside of the top 10 that have a shot. I mean, you could be back in 20th position right now and you still have a shot at winning this race.
You know, and that's the thing about this track is we could sit here and say, oh, the guys up front, they got it done. But no, a guy from 10th on back could just storm to the front and just take the thing away. And it's going to be awesome here. So lights off on the pace car. These guys are cruising around here to solid 65 here, thinking about it. Okay, going to be about 12 to go when we cross the line. And there's two things I always throw out. Obviously, the last lap, that puts an end to it. 5 laps to go, Dave. Caution comes out. That puts an end to it. So that's something you've got to think about. Again, chase contenders. You've got Jake Nichols up there. Hunter McDaniel, who, in my opinion, is doing a fantastic job. Made the chase here. Jumped up into the Xfinity Series. And right now, first race, man, if he could pull the win off, what a momentum pusher that would be for the next 4 races here in the chase. And Dave's already fell out of the chair.
Sorta.
Too much excitement for you, huh?
Too much excitement. Way too much excitement.
Gotcha. Oh, well, hey, you know what, Martin? I'll tell you what. That's just an opinion, but hey, unless you've got millions of dollars, it's about the realest thing you're going to get to ever stepping foot in one of these NASCAR machines. Pace cars in. Here we go. We're about to try to settle this thing here at Talladega right now. Here's Jake Nichols is going to bring them down here very slowly at 65 mile an hour. As a man out front there, along with Hunter McDaniel. Green flag. Here we go. Jake don't want to get too big of a start out there because they'll just storm right by him, and he knows that. So he definitely wants to take it a little easy, but he gets a pretty good jump. Hunter McDaniel holds on to him right there, a little bit up high. John Houston's got the 98 of Tyler Sifford. Oh, Vern Bradley goes down to the apron. We just saw that a little earlier. Do not want to do that. That will upset one of these cars in a hurry.
Look at John Houston. Oh, he's going to go 3 wide, 4 wide. We got 4 wide for the lead here with Vern Bradley. Oh, man, these guys, gloves are off, Joe.
Well, I tell you what, 3-4 wide, very aggressive move right there. And I tell you, that's just not driving you want to see. Jake says, you know, I'm better off just backing out of that. Let y'all guys have at it. Oh, there's a yellow out, turned around. Nick Hunt's involved. Several other drivers, Ethan Kurtz, James Thorndike was involved. But, man, I'm going to tell you what, that one, man, started in the back here as Nick Hunt got involved in that one. Wow, just an aggressive move by the 88 of John Houston, and then Vern Bradley trying to take it 4 wide back there earlier on. Just, you know, maybe a little bit too early for 4 wide, I would think. But, hey, either way, like you said, gloves are coming off. I mean, they were up front scattered. Let's watch what happens on this replay. Nick Hunt, him and Ethan Kurtz, they were 3 wide, and they were just wiggling all over the place. And, oh, I'm going to tell you, oh, man, just several cars involved. Mike Franklin back there, I think, actually, the Napa machine was one who had a very good bird's eye view of that one. Wow.
Yeah, but, oh, man, Nick Hunt's machine is just, it's damaged pretty good.
Yes, it is. Definitely damaged. One of those that, wow, tore up bad there. But, you know, started probably up front. Those guys got bunched up very, very quickly up there. As we saw them, they were pushing and beating on each other very heavily. They're going to be aggressive up there. And now, the one thing about this too, Dave, this might actually help some of the chase drivers if a non-chase person wins tonight. Because then, well, obviously it doesn't really give them that much of a boost by having the win here.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, like right now, we're being led by the 14 of Vern Bradley, starting back in 22nd, now leading the race. But as you said, it's not guaranteed he's going to win. I mean, right now, Jake Nichols shuffled back into 8th, Alan Elwood's 9th, Mason Wetzel's 10th. So you still got a lot of heavy hitters back here.
Well, right now, Hunter McDaniel's sitting in the catbird seat as far as chase driver goes, along with Tyler Sifford right there, Tom Whitmore, and Cameron Hearn, I believe, also was up there. Ain't Cameron Hearn in the chase?
Yes, he is.
That's what I thought. He's sitting up there too. So still got a lot of chase drivers up here, definitely. And old Dree out there talking about Sifford. Yes, Sifford sitting in 3rd right now, looking very good. I just am very impressed with the 57 machine, how much poise and patience he has shown throughout this whole entire race to be where he is right now.
Yeah, I mean, I remember his first few races with the K&N. You can tell he was a young buck. He has definitely changed it up. He's driving with a little bit more confidence. He's definitely got a little bit more experience under his belt. He's doing a pretty good job here at Talladega tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, right now, it's just proven that this is one of these wild card races, and I've said it time and time again. Anybody can win here. It's just one of those places that you can get your first win, and even in real life styled racing, NASCAR, we see it time and time again. Daytona, Talladega, first career wins happening at the plate tracks. I don't want to take anything away from any of the drivers or any of the things they got out there, but it just is one of those things where it's such a place that Alan J. Elwood said it last week. A lot of luck has to be involved in it here. And Dave was out.
I was listening. I was listening to the tower.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, it was just
I'm multitasking,
right?
Joe.
Hey, man, there you go. Definitely, man. We got Dave. He's definitely a multitasker. Hey, Jacob, don't send me another message, man. We'll get up with you, though. Awesome right there. Well, and like you said, man, you got to look. Anybody, man, can bring it to the front. Qualifying's important here. I mean, we can't say it, but it's Talladega. It's Talladega. I mean, it's going to happen at Daytona also. You could qualify dead last. And matter of fact, didn't we see in the K&N, the guy who finished dead last or started dead last won the race?
I do believe so, Joe.
There you go. So our point taken very well with proof in it is the pudding is you can start dead last here or start on the pole, whichever, and just bring this thing to the front and win this race. Again, don't want to take anything away from anybody, any drivers, because Vern Bradley can drive this thing, and he's got that simspeedshop.com machine up front there, and it'd be good for him to pull this thing off here tonight, get him a good win out of here. And along with the 57 there, Hunter McDaniel, Tyler Sifford, they would love to come out of here with very fantastic finishes here.
Yeah, most definitely. So we'll have to see. I mean, Hunter McDaniel, is inaugural season here in the Xfinity. What better way to start the chase than coming away with a win?
Absolutely. Mike Milton, you're right. I'll agree with your sentiment right there. I got to say it. There's been a lot of guys come from iRacing that actually have got real racing things, roadside and on NASCAR side. So, well, you can say it's a game all you want, but like I've always said, it's the realest thing to real life that we're going to get, especially for an old guy like me anyways. But some of these young guys out here that we know of, I know Jake, maybe Hunter out there, Tyler actually going to school and some NASCAR stuff. Just to name a few out there that I know of that are younger guys who definitely are, they could have a career in NASCAR or any kind of motorsports for that matter.
Yeah, most definitely. But them coming around here out of turn 4 now, they should be getting the 1 to go. So looks like we're going to have a 7-lap shootout here for the checker tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, David, I saw a message out there from John Marine. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the chance to make it on air here. What announcement did you make at Dre Broadcast?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, he said to Dre Broadcasting, congratulations on the news you announced earlier today.
I don't know. I'm about to go look because I don't think they made an announcement.
Put you on the spot, didn't I? I don't know. He just came up with a message on Twitch side, and I thought, well, hey, okay, great. Made an announcement. I'll let a man just shout that thing out to the world.
I'll look because I don't think I posted anything today.
Usually I see your stuff come across when it comes across. I didn't see it because I was in the bed earlier on, but either way. So, hey, well, I tell you what, appreciate it, Mike out there and Oliver. We're getting set to go back green. We'll let Dave man do his research on what he supposedly posted out there, and whatnot, and we'll let him shout it out there to the world. But we're gonna see if Vern Bradley can hang on to this one. See if Hunter McDaniel can bring off a win. Hey, don't count out Tom Whitmore there, along with Tyler Sifford. You still got Marty Ray up there, pole sitter. You see Cameron Hearns back up there. Jake, John, Alan, J. Elwood, Mason Weitzel, Aaron Tolhert's right there outside the top 10. Wow, it's just a who's who. I'm not even going to try to say who's going to pull this one off, but Oliver did say something interesting, Dave. Got a feeling this one might end under caution. That, you've always got a 50-50 shot of that too.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to take the green. It's 7 laps to go. They got about 2.5 laps. Anything after that, that yellow comes out, that's going to end the race.
Yeah, all right, now look, John said it might have been one of them fake news posts that you put out.
I don't know. Maybe he's watching the CNN network too much.
Dre broadcast. Dun, dun, dun. Fake news update.
You know what? That's actually a great idea. Maybe I should start that. Do like a little podcast.
There you go. Absolutely, man. Awesome. I'll tell you what, we always come up with something interesting out there. And Don out there, Joe done woke up with some bedhead. Well, yeah. It is funny. I was asleep. Woke up about 7:30. I said, you know what? I got a race. Let me come in here.
Don, he's got to have hair before he can have bedhead.
Hey, I got hair now. That's one thing I do got. Absolutely. Pace cars in. We're going green flag here. There'll be 7 laps to go, Dave, here at Talladega Super Speedway. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. First race of the chase. Hang on. Tighten the belts up, folks, because it's going to be interesting. Green flag. Vern gets a good jump out there over Hunter McDaniel, along with Tom Whitmore. Don't want to get too far out there, them two doesn't, because that pack will run them down and run them down in a hurry and could freight train right on by them. But they understand that with 5 laps to go, that a caution comes out, it puts an end to this one.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, here they come. You're going to see a little, contact there between the 57 and the 6. As the 6 is down low, he's got Hunter McDaniel, but contact up starting with Vern Bradley. Oh, this is going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one, Joe.
Yeah, that's the big one. Vern Bradley turned down, just obviously went straight left, right into Hunter McDaniel. And, man, that was cause the big one up front there. I mean, he just shot left for some reason, went right into the side there of, I hate to see that too, because that took Jake Nichols out also. Several other of the chase contenders. Big one here. But I gotta say, that one was all on that man right there, the 14 machine. I'll go ahead and say it. They can do the best they can. Yeah, he just turned. Ouch. And oh man, let's get another angle.
There was a contact between another car. He was trying to split him 3 wide, and he actually got hit in the right rear or left rear.
Let me go to a different angle here. Then we'll get a different angle on this deal and see what happened, because you're probably right on it. Let's see what happened. All right, Tyler Sifford, came up, bump drafted the rear end of it, shot him into there, and nowhere to go. And I said Jake Nichols got involved in that one. And I will apologize on Vern's part, because from the angle I had, it just looks like he shot left on there and got into it. But the other angle showed right there. Yeah, Tyler Sifford definitely got in the back end of him. Either way, I hate to see that. And yeah, just for the one angle I had right there, like I said, it just showed Vern. And hey, that's the power of angles. You got to have different camera angles there, Dave. You definitely show everything. But what this does is, boy, it definitely messes up some chase contenders here. As we were rooting on Hunter McDaniel right there, and he's heavily involved in this one. And they all were down the
But
back stretch. Wow.
look at who's leading. That's going to move the 67 to Cameron Hearn, who is also in the chase. He is going to be
Wow.
leading with Mason Wetzel second, John Houston third, Tyler Sifford is going to be fourth.
Yeah, and it's not over with. The caution didn't come out with 5 to go. Came out with about 6. So we're going to have pretty much what would be a green-white check.
Well, unfortunately, just listen to the tower, Joe. It looks like the 98's going to get a penalty. He's going to have to go back to the end of the line here.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, you know, from the angle I had before, it just looked like the 14 of Vern Bradley turned straight left right there into the other car and whatnot. But we definitely went back on it, reviewed it, looked at it, and yeah, you're right. The 98 just he just drove it up in there, man. Got in the back end of the 14, had a run coming, and you know, got hooked in the back end of him there, bumped him, sent him around inside of the car and spun it out and caused a huge one up front.
Yeah, that put a hurting on a lot of cars there. Hunter McDaniel, Tom Wetmore's heavily damaged. So, I mean, but looking at the schedule though, they go to Texas next week. That's another fast track. That's a fun track. I like Texas.
Well, you know, and you got to look here too. Now, Tom's back in 17. It's going to put him a little hurting here in the points. But like you said, it'd been the 65 of Marty Ray's got a lot of front end damage. Jake's really clean. Hunter's got a little damage. Might not be too bad. Obviously, Tyler Sifford's going to move back to the back. The guys that are definitely looking in a very good spot, like you said, Cameron Hearn, Mason Weitzel, and John Houston are the ones that are looking in a very good spot right now. Jake, at this point, I would have to say, and Hunter, probably are going to want to try to, you know, survive. I mean, this race.
Yeah, I mean, they still got a shot. Got a couple laps here. Get a good run. Get on that outside lane there. Get some good pushers. Definitely got a shot. I mean, starting 6th. You got Alan Elwood 7th. Hunter McDaniel sitting there in 4th. So, still got a shot. We'll just have to see what happens here as we're now 4 laps to go. But I still believe the lights in the pace car are still on.
They are. Lights on the pace car still on. Looks like probably going to have about a 2-lap shootout when the lights go off here. And Claude, yes, this is a league, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. This is the Xfinity Series. We got the Cup Series tomorrow night here. It's the first race of the chase. And that man out front, you got 2 chase contenders up top right there. Cameron Hearn, which again, he not showing red, but he is in the chase, right?
Who was that? Cameron
Hearn in the chase?
Yes, I believe so. Let me check just to make sure so I don't put wrong info.
Yeah, because he's not showing a red banner, but again, you know, we got confirmation earlier on. They got 1 race that they can run without that red banner. Yeah,
he's in because you got to win.
Okay, cool. So, 2 chase contenders up front. Mason Weitzel, Cameron Hearn. Cameron Hearn's out front. It's going to be interesting to see. John Houston, he's just looking to win this thing here tonight. Hunter McDaniel would be the other chase contender sitting there in 4th. Marty Ray's another car. Got a lot of heavy front end damage. It's going to be very hard. But again, hey, doesn't take him being out front. All he's got to do is get that fender out there. That's all he needs. Jake, the other chase contender, along with Alan J. Elwood. And let's see, that right there rounds out your top 10 drivers in the chase that are in the top 10 as of right now.
Yeah, I mean, how great would it be to see? I mean, Marty Ray, he's still got a shot there. No, Marty Ray's not in the chase, but he's still got a shot to win here. Same with John Houston, but Mason Wetzel. And, I mean, technically right now the 57, he's got a shot to win it too. So, I mean, how great would that be, you know, your first season here with the Xfinity? I mean, he's already made an accomplishment, made it into the chase, you know, beat out 30 other drivers to get himself into the chase. But how good of a feeling would it be to come away with the first win of the chase in the first time that you're made the chase?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you're right. I mean, great accomplishment on his end. And then if he could pull the win off in that 57, for him just to come out here And for anybody to win, I don't care, Talladega or whatever, because Talladega, anybody can pull it off here. But just to win in general, with these caliber of drivers, boy, that's just a feat beyond feat here. It's lights on the pace car off when they come across the line will be 2 to go. Obviously, if they don't take the white flag, Dave, and a caution comes out before they get to that white flag, then it's over with. But if a caution comes out on iRacing with a white flag, then they will race it back to the line.
Yeah, so I mean, they got to get that one lap completed, but in that first lap, though, like you said, something happens, and this is when it gets dicey. This is when, I mean, you make the moves that you normally wouldn't make, because this is for all the marbles right here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Definitely going to be a good one here, as these guys, man, are about to put on a show for us here tonight. Gonna be one for the ages, so folks, hang on to it. As we're getting set, Cameron Hearn, Mason Weitzel up front. I know they want to win, but they also got to think about the big picture. Don't want to get caught up in a mix, because we know the 88 very aggressive on what it is. He wants to win. Saw him earlier put that thing 3 wide. He's definitely probably going to try it again. I have to see what old Hunter McDaniel can do up there. Then you got to think about, well, what's Jake going to do? Is he going to try to just say, I want to survive and get out here with a good top 5 maybe, or try for the win? So who knows what our answers are about to be, our questions are about to be answered here shortly.
Yeah, I mean, as they're coming through turns 3 and 4, they're getting bunched up. Nerves are racked. I guarantee they are gripping the steering wheel for dear life. Hold on, folks, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Yeah, no doubt. I got to give it there. Pace car's coming out of turn 4. It will be a long march. And even when the pace car ducks off on pit road, they got a few seconds here to think about what it's going to be when they cross that line with 2 to go. They got to make it 1 lap around, though, before a caution comes out. As all these drivers, pace cars in, don't want to get too far out ahead, because if you do, but will they waste no time? They go ahead and take off up front. Everybody's nose to tail. Cameron Hearn gets a good jump. The green flag is out at this point. And right there, the top 3 or 4 are definitely all nose to tail, hanging on, going into turn number 1 side by side. Cameron Hearn up high. Whoa, Mason Weitzel, he blocks it up high on Cameron Hearn. That's going to let John Houston go low. We're going to see if Hunter McDaniel actually can pull it. Jake goes high with him on the back stretch.
Yeah, Jake Nichols, he was going to ride down there with Hunter McDaniel, but he's going to go high. Mason Wetzel, he is getting a push from a lifetime here from the 67 of Cameron Hearn. They're both going to clear, drop down there in front of John Houston. That's going to leave Jake Nichols up high by himself here. But we are coming to take the white flag as they are exiting turn 4.
Yes, they are, and a block up high, though, as Jake's got help up high there. Cameron Hearn, look at Cameron Hearn thread the needle on the inside. They cross the line this time by, and they are wrecking in the back. Caution's not out yet because we got the last flag out. They'll race it back to the line here. The 4, Alan J. Elwood. Jake Nichols drops on the inside as they storm out of turn number 2.
Here comes Alan Elwood. He's coming up on the outside there. He's going to get to the back bumper there of Mason Weitzel. I think we might see, no, it's going to be too wide. It's going to be between Cameron Hearn, Mason Weitzel, but I tell you what, Jake Nichols is given a push of a lifetime to that 67. He is going to thread the needle, jump up. Oh, contact between the 99 and the 73. It's going to give that win here to Cameron Hearn. Well, actually not yet. He's got Mason Wetzel coming. They're coming on the outside. They're coming to the line. Here comes the 99 of Mason Wetzel. Mason's going to take the win at the line.
Yes, he does, but I tell you what, here's the thing you got to think about. He spun Jake. So, do they let that hold?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't know if you could say he spun Jake. Jake was threading the needle when he jumped up in front of him. So,
Ooh,
I mean,
glad I'm not an admin.
That's up to the admin.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to call that. I mean, you could call it either way, but right now, I mean, as the way it's holding right now, 99 Mason Wetzel is going to come away with the win as we see the 67 of Cameron Hearn. He is in reverse because his car is trash.
Well, either way, Mason Weitzel as of right now is going to bring it home. Let's go back though, Dave, and recap that last turn there and let the viewers see what happened because it was crazy. Now, obviously, no caution, and a caution would have came out if that would have been several laps to go in an instant like that. Obviously, no caution comes out at this point because, well, iRacing doesn't throw any. So let's see what happens right here. As man, I'm gonna tell you, I like you just said, I don't want to see. Oh, I don't know. Jake went high, got in front. I bumped him, got in front of him, but I don't. Man, like you said, wow. Either way, Mason pulling that victory off, coming across the line. They were in a drag race, beating and bumping each other. Cameron Hearn comes in second. What a finish! What a finish! That's just all I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, I might have to contact the tower there to see if we can get an official result. But wow, I mean, it just, and that was just mere inches that Mason Wetzel cleared Cameron Hearn. I mean, it was probably the difference of a splitter.
Oh yeah, again, I just, hey, that is the excitement of Talladega. Now, remember, go ahead and just say it that way. So, go ahead and bring up. Mason Wetzel here, because yeah, I got no words to describe that finish right there other than wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, right now the only thing we have is the unofficial results.
Sure. We're going to call him the winner here, and we'll say it. But hey, look at the guy finishing in third. Aaron Tolhurst. We're talking about all the other stuff. Look at this, coming out of here with a very good finish.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Tolhurst started 13th and finishing third. Yep. I mean, we didn't talk much about him tonight, but good job there by Aaron Tolhurst.
No doubt, definitely the man. I know he's going to be one-sided person right there to definitely come in here. Well, I'll tell you what, let me go ahead. We'll bring up the third place, man. Let's get a talk in with him, Aaron Tolhurst here, Dave.
Aaron Tolhurst, Dave Everly here in the OSR Network booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, look at that. First race here in the chase here at Talladega. You come away with a third place finish. Tell us a little bit about your race here tonight.
Well, this is my first race back after about 2-3 weeks off. Decided to just stay in the back a little bit, stay out of the trouble, just let everybody else crash themselves. And I got top 3 out of it.
Well, definitely congratulations on a third place finish, but what a way to start the chase there, coming away with the top 3. Next week we move to Texas. What can we expect to see next week here at Texas?
It's going to be a loose track. Should be a good race. I'm not really too great with Texas, but I'm going to do a lot of practice with it, so we'll see if I can do a top 10.
All right, most definitely. Well, before we let you go celebrate, is there anybody out there you'd like to thank?
Just everybody that's watching. Thanks for watching.
All right, well, congratulations coming away with a top 3 finish here tonight. We'll see you next week in Texas.
Thank you.
All right, Dave, I'll tell you what, this Aaron Tolhurst pulling this thing off here tonight. Third place right there. Very good run and a very exciting finish here. Well, let's go down here. Second place man here. And talking with him. Let's get a talking with Cameron Hearn.
Cameron Hearn, Dave Everly up in the OSR Network booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
What a finish there for the first race of the chase there. Tell us what was your strategy coming into that last final 2-lap shootout.
Yeah, it was, I mean, the main thing, points are so crucial into the year is to finish the race, not get involved in anything. And that was my main concern. And then, I saw Jake and Mason kind of get into it, and I kind of thought I had it won, but he had such a run going down the front stretch, and I could have came up the track a little bit more, maybe try to block him, but he was going pretty good, so I didn't want to take a chance of wrecking right in front of the line and letting people pass me. So second place, I always want to win, but the way points are and how this league's so close, I'm happy with second. Good points there.
Oh yeah, definitely a great way to start the chase. Well, next week we head off to Texas. I don't know, how do you feel about Texas? Is that one of your favorite tracks, or what can we expect from you next week in Texas?
I'm really not a fan of Texas. It's real similar to Atlanta. It's one of those tracks that, you know, you can be real fast, but you got to save tires. So it's a fine line of being fast and can kind of conserve it up at the same time. But, you know, I feel like we'll have a good chance at it, you know, top 5 car, and just got to be there at the end. That's what this championship's about, just finishing races. Yeah,
most definitely. Consistency. Well, I can't even say it 3 times. That's a tongue twister there. Well, before we let you go celebrate with your team and your friends, is there anybody out there you'd like to thank?
As always, yeah, I got Sherwin-Williams on the hood. I want to thank OSR Network, all the races they help put on, and all the viewers out there who watch. The guys in this league who make it such a fun league to race with. All the guys behind the scenes that keep up with everything. And shout out to my dad. He watches a lot of these races, so give a shout out to him. And hopefully we can take this championship home.
Most definitely there, Cameron. Well, congratulations on that 2nd place finish. We'll see you next week in Texas.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we'll tell you what, it's Cameron Herm in a thriller at the end right there, battling it out with Mason Weitzel coming to the line. Well, let's head on down here to Victory Lane, get a talk in with the 99 machine here, Mason Weitzel. Mason Weitzel, Joe in the booth, got a copy?
I got you loud and clear, Joe.
I tell you what, man, it was a wild finish as always here at Talladega there. Coming to the line, though, take us back to that last lap. What was going through your mind there is that as we're coming off that caution, going there with 2 laps to go.
Honestly, it's just a blur. I think like a lot of people probably had plans and they all got thrown out the window, and I got stuck on the outside. I thought I was a sitting duck when Jake got to the inside, and he came up, and I guess, I don't know, it was really close, and he just went around, and luckily I was still able to just keep her wide open and get the draft off Cameron and side draft into the line.
Yeah, no doubt. It definitely was an awesome finish, man. Coming to the line, hey, you know, this place always brings about it. Well, we also got to make note, first race of the chase, got to win here, gives you good momentum going into Texas next week. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good, because I think I need all the cushion we need, because I'm not real good at Texas, not real good at Homestead, so it'll help me out. But Cameron's right there. Everybody's really fast. You saw a lot of the chase guys up front tonight, so competition's really tough, and I don't expect it to let up the rest of the season.
Yeah, no doubt. And this is what we always call this the wild card race here. If you can come out and survive this place, even with a win's exceptional like you did tonight, but surviving this place is one thing, and coming out of here, the rest of the chase, definitely, like you said, it's going to be a heated up thing. Awesome win tonight, pulling it off here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Xfinity Series first race of the chase, Talladega Super Speedway. Mason Weitzel. Mason, came out there you want to thank?
Just the guys at SMD Motorsports, Vern, John, Bryce, Tom, Jim Hamlet, James Thorndike's down there. I want to thank you guys at OSRN for putting on these good broadcasts and letting Extreme showcase their talent to the
Absolutely.
world.
Well, yeah, I got one question to ask you before I let you go. SMD Motorsports, what does that stand for?
Well, I'm not going to say it on the air, but you can use your own imagination.
All righty, good deal. I kind of had a feeling it had to be something wild out imaginary, but yeah, we'll just keep that for the, like you said, imagination. Everybody out there, hey, again, man, Mason, awesome finish, awesome race out there, man. Y'all guys been just beating, banging, and definitely coming across that line tonight, the 99. Again, congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for everything you do, Joe.
All right, man, I'll tell you what, that's Mason Weitzel right there, pulling off the victory here. And, you know, he said it right there, Dave, you know, Jake came up, he probably just got in the back end of him. This one him, he had the momentum going really hard here, and it's one of those things. Now, obviously, we'd go back, we could sit and speculate all day long, the admins do what they want. If that would have been 5 or 7 or 10 laps to go, a caution would have came out on that. Obviously, by rule, definitely would have been an EOL, but with it being the last lap, yeah, hey, race it. It's everything on the line to the last lap, you know, go for it. That's pretty much what it is, and he did. The 99, Mason, pulling it off here tonight in the first race of the chase. How much do you think, Dave, momentum-wise, that helps him going into Texas?
Well, I mean, you're going from you're going to do a 2.5 mile plate track race to Texas, but I mean, that momentum-wise, he's got the confidence, he's got his adrenaline pumping, he's sitting in a pretty good spot. But like he said, there's still a lot of fast drivers. Anything could happen.
Well, you know, and I go back again a couple seasons ago in the Cup Series. Bobby Chaney won Texas, and won Talladega, the first race of the chase in the Cup. All he had to do the rest of the chase was just maintain consistency. So Mason, keeping that in the back of his mind, obviously now with the win here, if he can just maintain consistency, he knows that they're fast drivers. He knows they're going to be there week in and week out. That's one for the ages. Well, I tell you what, that was a thriller, Dave. I enjoyed it here for Talladega here in ExtremeMotorsports99.com for the Xfinity Series. You got any final words, Dave?
Well, I mean, that's the cap to my Talladega week here with Extreme Motorsports. Seen it Monday night with the K&N, Tuesday night with the trucks, tonight with the Xfinity. But I will definitely be tuning in tomorrow night as you'll see Joe White out here with Extreme Motorsports, the king of the crops, the camping or the Gen 6 cars. So can't wait to see it.
Yeah, no doubt. Well said right there, Dave. You're right. Cup action tomorrow night from Talladega. We got the first race of the chase here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com in the Cup Series. We're going to see a lot of these same drivers that were out here are going to be in the Cup, but you're also going to see probably some of the even best of the best that Extreme has, and iRacing for that matter, has to offer here, as these guys will duke it out here at the high banks of the 2.66 mile track of Talladega. Well, for myself and Dave Everly up here in the booth, I hope everybody enjoyed that. I hope everybody appreciated it. Thank everybody for coming out tonight. For everyone, y'all have a good night.